Simmons Library Interior Renovation Project is a basic component of the revitalization of Kenosha's historic downtown and lakeshore. The enthusiasm evident from the renewed activity in the historic district, which stretches from Library Park to the courthouse, is contagious. The prospects presented by the proposed lakefront marina project are truly encouraging, and the library is on the move with Kenosha to build a new and thriving economic base at the city's heart. Our historical treasure, the G.M. Simmons Library, has become a vital link between our community's rich past and its promising future. This historic landmark symbolizes our pride in our heritage and our ongoing respect for the treasures that have been entrusted to us. Let's take a quick tour of the library as it looks today. We enter the library from the north through the vestibule pictured here. In two alcoves at the east and west sides of the vestibule, over 3,100 names of Kenosha County men who served in World War I are inscribed in gold. This memorial lives as a reminder to all who enter the library of those who served. The vestibule is an excellent place to begin to study the many distinctive architectural features which characterize the building and its interior. Look, for example, at the beautiful hand carving done at the base of this pillar, and the inlaid bronze plate and marble floor, and the ornamental design shown here, which is repeated throughout the building. From the vestibule, we turn through another set of doors into the magnificent rotunda of the library. The rotunda is packed with many exciting and noteworthy features. Prominent among these features are the 8 handcrafted Italian marble columns which encircle the rotunda. These columns are the Greco-Roman or neoclassical type, which is similar in style to the classical Greek Ionic column. Note throughout the building interior the repeated use of handcrafted marble and the laurel leaf design shown here. These massive columns support the library's stately dome, which features 8 golden mosaic panels and a circular stained glass window at the top. Standing in the rotunda, looking upward, we begin to get a more complete picture of the extensive ornate detail around us. These mosaics, for example, bring upon us a sense of timelessness. Let's zoom in on the careful craftsmanship and classical composition which makes these mosaics a truly unique treasure for all the citizens of Kenosha. But other interesting architectural features await us. Look, for example, at these light fixtures, which illuminate the rotunda. Taken as a whole, the rotunda presents an awe-inspiring image from top to bottom. This is a view through the rotunda to the library's west wing. Note the striking ironwork, which exemplifies the geometric pattern, which recurs with some variation in the library's exterior windows. Turning eastward, we can see the east wing of the library as it looks now. Note the intricate plasterwork which characterizes the ceiling of the east wing. Although not depicted here, the walls of the east wing, or reading room, are clad with Italian marble, closely resembling that marble work which adorns the vestibule and rotunda. Dedicated in 1900, the Simmons Library was a gift to the city of Kenosha from Zalman G. Simmons as a memorial to his young son Gilbert M. Simmons. To design the building, Simmons commissioned Daniel H. Burnham, who was the most active and successful architect, city planner, and project organizer in the years around 1900. Burnham was a significant force in the neoclassical movement in architecture and gained nationwide recognition with the opening of Chicago's Columbian Exposition in 1893. The Simmons Library exemplifies the monumental harmony and classical nostalgia reflected in the neoclassical style of Burnham's exposition buildings. Kenosha is fortunate to have a representative example of the work of this important American architect. and this was recognized in 1974 when the G.M. Simmons Library was placed on the National Register of Historic Places. As you can see in this photograph from the year 1900, the library has undergone a few changes since the days of Simmons and Burnham. Here we see through the rotunda to the west wing, which used to house a closed stack library area accessible only by librarians. This photograph depicts the east wing, or reading room, of the library when it opened. This photograph, dated approximately 1930, shows the style of tables and chairs which we hope to replicate in the Simmons Library interior renovation project. As time went on, as this picture from the late 40s indicates, the original furnishings were replaced with furnishings of more practical than aesthetic interest. However, sometime during the 30s, this handsome octagonal circulation desk was constructed and located in the center of the rotunda. Now that we have traced the G.M. Simmons Library story through the past and the present, let us show you our exciting plans for the future. The Kenosha Public Library Board of Trustees, in cooperation with the Downtown Kiwanis, has worked to put together the Simmons Library interior renovation plan. The stage was set for the implementation of this plan through years of cooperation between the library and the city to preserve this valuable community asset. Rehabilitation of the library terrace and significant repairs to the dome and roof have already been successfully completed. The city remains committed to the ongoing repair and maintenance of the Simmons Library. Improvement projects for 1988 include major roof repair, installation of air conditioning, construction of a mezzanine in the west wing, and installation of modern lighting style to match the building. As these improvements to the physical structure of the building are completed, we need citizen involvement to provide furnishings for the library in the same turn-of-the-century style as the building. This is an architect's rendering of the character of the project when completed. Since this drawing, library planners have consulted with experts in interior design and developed a more complete diagram of the furnishings and their layout. Here we have the proposed layout for the shelving and furnishings on the first floor. And here we have the floor plan showing the layout of the stacks, tables, and study desks on the new mezzanine. Unlike the mezzanine of the past, this one will ring the perimeter of the west wing and provide additional needed shelving and seating space. The octagonal desk placed in the rotunda in the 1930s was the inspiration for this round circulation desk, which would be custom built of wood to match the new furnishings and shelving end panels. Here's an illustration of the kind of shelving which has been specified for this project. And here's a style of table. And the style of chair planned for this project. We now need you to help us realize the dream of a revitalized Simmons Library. Our architects have developed an excellent plan to accomplish this, and they estimate the cost of furnishings at $150,000. This comprehensive interior renovation plan will enable the G.M. Simmons Library to endure as one of Kenosha's brightest historical treasures and to serve as an inviting study and research center for decades to come. Together, we are preserving this valuable community asset and focusing on a future in which the Simmons Library is an integral part of library service in Kenosha. Your interest in and support of the Simmons Library interior renovation project will be greatly appreciated. In closing, let me quote the words of William W. Strong, the president of the Gilbert M. Simmons Library Board in June of 1901. I wish to voice the appreciation of the people of the city of Kenosha to Mr. Simmons for the magnificent gift to them in the erection of the beautiful library building, which has until now, and will for years to come, be a source of aesthetic delight to all. Its pure classic Greek outline will for ages be the magnet to draw to Kenosha the student of architecture, while the literary treasures stored within its walls will be an inexhaustible mine of mental and moral wealth to hundreds of thousands yet unborn. Mr. Simmons has built a lasting and appropriate monument to him who was so well loved by all who knew him, his son, Gilbert M. Simmons.